What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another video. Today we're going to be digesting the news that came out yesterday afternoon that Txiki's going to be leaving Manchester City. We're going to digest what that means both for Txiki and for Manchester City and the direction that we're looking at heading forward. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please do subscribe. Got plenty more Manchester City content for you guys to look forward to here on YouTube, so please do subscribe. It is free. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts, Txiki leaving Manchester City? Do let me know in the comments below. So, it was announced yesterday via various sources, including the ever-reliable David Ornstein, that Txiki's going to be leaving Manchester City. Now, Txiki is Manchester City's sporting director. He is in charge of everything that happens at Manchester City in terms of the football. He was so important to Manchester City in trying to get Pep Guardiola to the club. Now, we brought Txiki in from Barcelona. He's had some fantastic contacts which have helped push Manchester City to go above and beyond, and he spent over a decade at the club. He's worked really hard and signed some incredible players for Manchester City. So I'm going to say that Txiki, I thought, was a tremendous success for Manchester City, and with him leaving at the end of the current season, I think that's going to be a loss for Manchester City because he's done so well. His reputation has backed him up really well with what he's achieved for the club, both on the field and off the field, has been absolutely tremendous, and replacing Txiki isn't going to be easy. And Manchester City now apparently already lined up a replacement, are going to bring somebody else in who's going to learn on the job, ready to take over the reins when Txiki decides to leave at the end of the season. It's believed that we're going to be bringing in a replacement at some point in the new year, so they're going to have a good 5 to 6 months under their belt, ready to take over from Txiki and learn everything that is involved with running Manchester City Football Club. And the new person that's going to be coming in is going to start looking towards what Manchester City look like post 115 charges and what the Premier League is going to look like post 115 charges for Manchester City, and everything's getting very political, so that job isn't going to be very easy for the new person to come in, but I'm backing them 100% to be able to run the football club day to day and bring in high quality young players to the academy, which to me has to be one of the highest priorities, but also helping to continue to raise the profile of Manchester City around the world through bringing in some of the best, not only upcoming talents, but some of the best players in the world, but also doing more to ensure that Manchester City's player profiles are being raised around the world, and Manchester City as a brand continue to grow globally, to continue for the business to make more and more money, and for Manchester City to continue to be successful both on the field and off the field. And I've no doubt that Manchester City will get that appointment right, because Manchester City are so good at getting things correct. And speaking of getting things correct, Txiki, I think he's timed this really well. He was planning apparently 5 years ago to leave Manchester City when he was 55. Apparently he's wanting to retire, to walk away from football. Feels like he's done everything that there is to be done. However, that doesn't mean that he is going to retire. He may want to go and take up a new project somewhere or continue to do different things. But I feel like if Txiki wants to leave and he feels like he's given everything to the club, then now is the right time for him to walk away. What you don't want is somebody staying here longer than what they need to, and they start to tarnish their own reputation. To me, Txiki walking away at the right time, where everybody is full of praise for him for the tremendous job that he's done whilst being in charge at Manchester City Football Club. And I'm going to put on record of saying my sincere thank you to Txiki for everything that he's done for Manchester City in ensuring that we've been so successful both on the pitch and off the pitch. He's pushed Manchester City in a direction that none of us thought would even be possible, and he has managed to achieve that. So my sincere thank you to Txiki and everything that he has achieved at Manchester City. I think that everyone's suggesting that 115 charges is to do with this. I don't feel like it is. I feel like Txiki just feels like now is the right time for him, being over 60 years old, is the right time for him to walk away from the club and bring in somebody fresh, maybe someone younger, somebody with fresh ideas, somebody who's going to help Manchester City to try and push us to go even further than where we already are. And there are several names being put out there. We've seen the sporting director at Girona being linked with a move to Manchester City, the sporting director at FC Porto, at Sporting Club de Portugal, who City have got very close ties with. So there's lots of names being rumoured to be put out there. The fact that City have already lined things up tells me that things have been sorted well in advance. There were some rumours circulating over the last few months of Txiki leaving, so it doesn't surprise me that he is leaving Manchester City. I don't think this is going to have any effect on what Pep Guardiola chooses to do. I know Txiki was so important in bringing Pep Guardiola into the club, and Pep Guardiola's fully enjoyed working with Txiki. However, Pep Guardiola isn't sole reliant on Txiki, and Pep Guardiola, I'm sure, has worked with numerous amounts of different sporting directors. So Pep Guardiola, I don't think this is going to have any impact on what Pep Guardiola wants to do with Manchester City. But we do face the prospect that if Pep Guardiola doesn't want to renew his contract and he does want to walk away from Manchester City at the end of the season, that we will be losing both Txiki and Pep Guardiola at the same time, which to me is pretty devastating to the football club. I'm hoping that Manchester City will do everything to try and get Pep Guardiola to sign a new contract. I know he's out in Abu Dhabi at the moment. It's just rumours and speculation saying that he's signing a new contract. Normally, if a new contract is to be signed, that's probably going to happen maybe at the next international break. Normally happens through November into December when things start to get announced, rather than this early into the season. But Pep Guardiola's got less than a year left on his deal, so hopefully City can get that sorted, and I do hope that he's in Abu Dhabi signing that new contract. You never know, he might just well be. We'll have to wait and see. But today, all belongs to Txiki and all his hard work that he's done with Manchester City to help us to win our first ever Champions League, to help us to break records in the Premier League, to help us to bring in the best players in the world, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and the likes of Erling Haaland, etc., etc. It's all down to Txiki. He is the man that's in charge of making these transfers happen for Manchester City, and it'll be interesting when we bring in somebody else in January as to what impact that's going to have on the winter market, into the summer market. What new players are we going to be bringing in? What's it going to mean in terms of the outgoings, the contract renewals? Who's going to be in charge of Manchester City if it's not going to be Pep Guardiola? There's so much going on at Manchester City, and that's forgetting about everything that's happening off the field in terms of the legal perspective, with Premier League clubs being unhappy about the APT rulings from the other day, the 115 charges facing Manchester City from the Premier League as well, where City hopefully can clear their name in the coming 2 or 3 months as well. A little bit of an uncertain time, bit of an exciting time, bit of a nervous time. That's why I want to know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. What are your thoughts about Txiki leaving? What are you making of it? Do let me know in the comments below. As I was saying before, though, I want to say a huge thank you to Txiki for all the hard work that he's done at Manchester City Football Club in helping us to grow to be one of the biggest brands in football and one of the best football clubs in the world. And it does not happen without Txiki being here and doing all of his hard work. So thank you, Txiki. There we go. That has been today's video. Do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Big Up, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.